Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It's very early, and that tells you that I'm revved up for this video. I could feel my adrenaline. I could feel my heart pounding right now. Seriously, this is personal to me. All right, so I'm going through the news feed this morning. I come across a article. All the links will be down below to this. I come across an article about the current Lynyrd Skynyrd. All right, I remember seeing this current Lynyrd Skynyrd 20, 30 years ago with the new lead singer Johnny Van Zant and his brother Donnie. Hey, even up here in New England, when I was in high school, I remember, Sweet Home Alabama. Even up here in New England, up in Yankee territory, we that song was very popular. How's it go? Down in Birmingham, they love the governor. Boo, boo. Or up in Birmingham, they love the governor because they're singing in Florida. Boo, boo, boo. Now, we all did what we could do. Boo, boo, boo for the governor. Boy, my God, have times changed. This just reminds me of a lot of men my age. I would definitely think I'm in the minority. A lot of guys my age just get older and they go from these rebellious, progressive thinking people to Republicans, Trumpers. I don't recognize the majority of men guys I went to school with. Anyway, okay, so the song will be down below. The new form of Lynyrd Skynyrd did this song for Sweet Florida, for Ron it's a campaign song. This isn't music. This isn't a rock song. Not to me. This is just it's propaganda. It's a campaign song. There's a few lines that really stick out. Ron DeSantis, he tells us the truth. He's telling something about getting rid of the swamp, and he tells us the truth, and he knows what to do with Dr. Fauci. And watch the video when they say that line, DeSantis and Van Zant makes a big deal out of it. Dr. Fauci, F Dr. Fauci, man. This is very personal to me, and I want to relate this to you. Okay, like I said, it's just about DeSantis telling the truth. I got some links right down below concerning, like, for instance, the voting laws. He talked about crime in Florida, about how defunding the police and how it's leading to all this crime, and he's changing it around. And he's lying about the statistics. The crime was already on the rise before any of that defunding the police started. The links will be down below. But there's something I really want to talk about. In particular, the pandemic. This is very personal to me. So this song is all about how we're free and our businesses are open and you can go to church and see your family and friends here and all this great stuff. And just say it's all because of DeSantis. All right, this is where it gets personal. Now, the people that have watched my channel know the story. My best friend, my ex-girlfriend, we were childhood sweethearts. She was my first girlfriend back in fourth, fifth grade. We reconnected. Great story. In 2015, we were both in recovery. We started, we got together. We were thinking about getting married. She was a Trump supporter, and her whole family were Trump supporters. And I am the exact opposite. And that caused a little friction. We actually went down to visit her family in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I loved Florida, man. And we were seriously talking about moving there. And then things just went, I'm kind of rebellious. And we started talking about marriage. And I kind of balked at it. Looking back, I wish I didn't, but that's another story. And we broke up, but we remained best friends. We still went to the beach together. We were just friends. But in my heart, I still truly believed we were meant for each other, that we were going to end up getting married. Okay, so during this friend period I got a call from her that she was moving to Florida. All right, this was in June of last year, 2021, and my heart sank, but I started talking to her, and I was like, well, I'm going to come down and see you. And it started to sound like, I started thinking once she moves down there and gets so she had a job and everything, that, maybe I'm going to move down too, and we can continue our future together. This is in June, July of last year, 2021. I got all the texts. I was thinking of putting the texts up. I'm trying to keep a line because I still love and respect her family so much. So I'm trying not to cross any lines of privacy here. All right, so she's texting me all the way driving down to Jacksonville, Florida, right? Turns out just a day or two after she gets over the Florida line, she contracted the Delta virus, the Delta variant of COVID. She was one of these people that listened to all this right-wing rhetoric about the plandemic. I remember seeing posts from her about the plandemic. She was all against Dr. Fauci and all that. So I find out she got COVID. This was in July of last year. Long story short, she was in the hospital not even a week later. She was on a ventilator not even a week after that. She passed away August 5th, 2021. 5 weeks after she left for Florida, she was dead. My best friend. If you look back and see the videos, man, I still talk to her every day. This is still a hard thing for me to deal with. She was, we graduated together. We were the same age and everything. We would go to the gym together every morning. I remember being on the treadmill back in February of 2020 when the pandemic first came out, and we were looking at the banks of TVs in the gym, and we started talking to each other about, the pandemic's starting. Is this going to be a pandemic? Little did I know that I was going to lose her to that. It's just all the ironies, man, still just rattle around in my head. I feel so incredibly guilty because what if I didn't? What if I had married her? And what if she moved to Florida or we moved to Florida later or earlier? Because this Delta variant just exploded in especially the Jacksonville area right where she got there. She walked right into this time bomb. And she was gone. 5 weeks later, gone. She was in the same shape as me. Now, this is where I get really angry, especially about this whole Ron DeSantis. He tells us the truth. He's all about our freedoms. Isn't this, what was this about the Don't Say Gay bill? About what teachers can and can't teach and talk about? It seems kind of like the opposite of freedoms to me. It's freedoms if you're a particular person, particular religion, color, political leaning, then the freedoms are okay. Voting, all that. The thing that really bothers me here is Ron DeSantis and Florida changed the way they record COVID deaths. The links will be all down below. I got a phone call. Now, her whole family are Trump supporters, but they were still, I got to be careful. I don't want to give up too much privacy information here, but they were shocked because DeSantis, in, let's say, December of last year, November of last year, the third and fourth, the last waves that came through Florida, there was like 60,000 new cases a day. If you go back, I'll have the links down below. You go back and look. And yet, out of 60, 70,000 new cases a day, they only have 1 death or 5 deaths. Now, they were attributing, if a person, say a person had asthma, had it their whole life, then got COVID and passed away, they would say, oh, the person had a pre-existing condition. He had COVID. He had asthma. So it's the asthma that killed him, not the COVID. That's the way they changed the count. I've talked about this in other videos, especially last year. You look in Connecticut, we would have 30,000 new cases in this last wave that came through. And we had like over 1,000 deaths a day. Florida had 2, 3, 4 times the amount of new daily cases, and yet they had a tiny fraction of the deaths. I guess it's like the oranges or the sunshine or something. Just people just were dying of COVID in Florida. Look at the statistics for this. It's appalling. It's unbelievable. It's lying to the American people, to the people of Florida about COVID. Without a doubt. Look at the proof down below. I'll have links to world meters. the CDC, all of that. I suppose, hey, if you're one of these people that think Dr. Fauci is this or that, then you're not going to believe me anyway. But okay, so Audrey's family, her sister, called me and asked me personally. Now these are Trump supporters too, and she was upset. She asked me if Audrey had any underlying conditions that I knew about. Anything to do with her health? No, absolutely not. I don't think she went to the doctor, other than a normal checkup once a year or whatever. She hadn't been sick the whole 3 years we lived together. Absolutely not. We were, like I said, we went to the gym together every day. She would outdo me. She would outrun me. She had ran in marathons before. She would outrun me on the treadmill, and I'm in good shape. And apparently, to the doctors in the state of Florida, she wasn't counted in the COVID. Something else attributed to her death. Yeah, that ticked me off. So, like I said, all the links will be down below. This Ron DeSantis, he tells us the truth. Free, free, free. Love Florida. That's the truth. Check out the links. You guys have a good Saturday.